What is
Hello
up, you
guys,
guys?
what's up?
It's me, Jamil, and
It's
today
me,
I'm back
Jamil,
for
and
my
we're back for
the
race
first race
review
review
of
of
2019,
2019, and it's for
and
the
today we're reviewing the
NASCAR
NASCAR
Monster Energy
Series
NASCAR Cup
race
Series
at
Advanced
Daytona.
Auto Parts
They're
class
back.
at
It's the Advanced
Daytona.
Auto Part class at Daytona.
And what can I say? This race,
And so starting off in this
really
race
wasn't
actually
all
all
that good. It was kind of a disjointed
type
race, like 4 laps.
we
Into
start
the race,
off at the
and Paul Menard was
beginning
already leading, but
with
from my
Paul Menard
understanding,
and
Kyle Busch
started on the front row.
And for the
First
the
8
Fords,
or
like
so
they've been
laps,
doing
Paul
on the past couple
Menard
years,
dominated
they
this
get
race.
together as a big team. They work together so well. All the 4 teams do on restricted plate tracks. It's like a big ass group of like 8 teammates almost, and they get together. They get on the high side. They freight train Kyle Busch to the back, and now we have the typical Dale Jr. line at the top of Daytona. If you watched a restricted plate race since 2006, you know what I'm talking about, and that's everybody lining up on the high side and just running until something happens, basically. So that's what we had. We had Paul Menard, and then the rest of Penske guys, Keselowski, Blaney, Logano, all up there running behind him. So that's what happened for the first 10 laps. And then we had a caution. We had a caution for rain. And rain is going to be something that's going to be happening throughout this race. It's just going to keep raining. Because, that's how Daytona is. Daytona is sunny 1 minute, rain the next, and that's just how it is at Daytona. So we get the restart, and Paul Menard has a fast car. This is something that we usually see, like the Wood brothers be this fast, like with Ryan Blaney and Trevor Bayne, but we haven't seen this from Paul Menard last year. At least I don't remember it. I remember him crashing out at Daytona last year during the July race. And I don't really remember him being up there at Talladega. I could be mistaken. It's been months since the Talladega race. But he had a fast car. And it just so happened he drove first. And he was on a pole. And he was just pulling everybody around the high side. So I don't know if we're going to see that in the 500 of him being that strong. But, we'll see. So, lap 25 comes around. That's when we have the usual class caution, and everybody comes down pit road, like the lap of lap 25. 5 cars stay out. I think Austin Dillon stayed out, took the lead, but mostly everybody else pitted. And when the caution came out, that kind of jumbled up the order a little bit. And Kyle Busch thought he was the leader, and Kyle Larson, but they got sent back into the pack. So after that, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we had the restart, and everybody can make it on fuel. So everybody started racing 3 wide, and I was like, finally, everybody's racing 3 wide. We got pack racing. This is what I've been waiting all winter to see. But they went straight back to single file, and everybody was following Paul Menard, and I was just like, all right. And I was on Twitter. A lot of people were on Twitter talking about, man, maybe they should race. And you're never gonna. How you gonna learn what to do for the 500 if you're just in the line? My thing was you can't win the race on lap 5, so I kind of understood why everybody was in the line. But as we get to lap 30 and 40, it was kind of frustrating to see everybody still in the line, still following each other. So that was kind of frustrating to see. And nothing really happened there. They get back in line. Suarez and other people start to make some moves. And so we get line on the bottom of some Fords. We have Logano on the bottom. We have Ryan Blaney, Keselowski, Newman, and then the Chevrolet of Kyle Larson. They're all on the bottom trying to start a line and jostle up to the front. So they start to get some good momentum, but they keep falling back. So around 20 to go, Jimmy Johnson decides he's gonna make a move, and the commentators were saying, "Oh, that's too early for a move," but I was saying because I was looking at the radar as well as everybody else was looking at the radar, and it's 20 to go, but why stay in line if it's might rain the next lap and then that's the race over? So Jimmy Johnson makes a move, and a kind of aggressive side draft move on Paul Menard, and they both wreck. and they don't both wreck. I'm sorry. But Johnson does a side drive move on Paul Menard, and Paul Menard gets sucked around and gets in the cow bus, and basically from third on back to 20th is wrecked. And Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, Blaney, Logano, Alex Bowman, they all get through, and that's the only 5 cars left. So that was my big worry. I was like, man, look at this race back restarting. We only have 5 cars left in the race. But my standpoint on this wreck is go time. It's 20 laps to go. The race can end at any time. Jimmy Johnson has to go, and I'm glad that he went. But I compare this move kind of like the move Brian Vickers made on Jimmy Johnson way long ago. It doesn't feel like long ago, but 2006 at Talladega. Pull out, move, and then it just doesn't go the right way. That's how I saw this move. And I see it as a racing deal. A lot of people on Twitter, the David Lands, everybody who's so negative about NASCAR are saying, oh yeah, Jimmy Johnson just ran straight through Paul Menard. He wrecked him. He wrecked the whole field to win the race. He's washed up. I don't believe any of that. To be honest with you, this was a racing incident. This was nothing like last year's Daytona 500, which Austin Dillon deliberately wrecked Eric Almirola. This wasn't a deliberate wreck. This was a racing deal, a racing incident where Jimmy Johnson just slightly made contact with Paul Menard. And even from the replays, you can see from Kurt Busch's angle and then the head-on angle, you see Paul Menard kind of go down. It's just a racing incident. It's a class. It's an exhibition race. We shouldn't be getting so worked up on it, but all that hatred and spear throwing at Jimmy Johnson is just, I don't know, it's unwarranted, I feel like, because it's just a racing incident. But yeah, Jimmy Johnson, he wins the class at Daytona in an anticlimactic way because it starts raining as soon as the crash happens, basically. So either way, Jimmy Johnson probably would have won the race. If there wasn't a crash, I feel like Kurt Busch, and I think Kyle Busch was behind him, they would have went with him. He would have won the race anyway. So I feel like it was a fair move. It was a racing incident. We shouldn't crucify Jimmy Johnson for actually trying to make this boring race interesting, because it's boring all the way up to this point. So I feel like we shouldn't crucify him for trying to make this race interesting. So yeah, let's do a little rundown of the field, actually. Go ahead and pull it up. But yeah, like, I didn't see Jimmy Johnson do anything wrong. It's nothing like what Austin Dillon did last year at all. So Johnson wins, Kurt Busch second, Logano third, Blaney fourth, Bowman fifth. That's the top 5. That's all you really need to know. It's a 9-points race. But tell me what you guys think in the comments. That's my standpoint on it. It was a fair move. Menard just lost his car. Sorry. And Johnson rarely makes mistakes on restricted plate tracks. 2016, yeah, he kind of made a lot of mistakes on restricted plate tracks, but Johnson rarely makes mistakes like that. So it's not like Stenhouse. I feel like we should give him a break on this one. It's an exhibition race. It wasn't the Daytona 500. So I feel like we should stop the crucifixion for all that. But tell me what you guys think in the comments. Tomorrow I'm uploading a video for NASCAR Heat 3 actually. I really don't care about that game that much. So I forgot the name of it. NASCAR Heat 3 has a DLC pack for 2019. I'm going to do a season mode on it. I have some more F1 content coming up. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel. And yeah, tell me what you guys think about the finish today in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.